Hey, what's going on, guys? So, I get this question quite a bit about what do women want in a dick? What do they want in a dick? Well, while I've not necessarily been in the room in a lineup fashion with other dicks so that they can compare them and contrast them and tell me their personal preferences, I've certainly gone through a process of growing mine from, pretty average size to a big one. And I can tell you this, I can tell you I've gone through phases where it's a little weird to talk about or whatever, but it's been more girthy than it's been long. And then there have been times where, I've really worked on the length, and the length was, bigger than the girth at the time. And then now at this point, I've been doing it for years, and now both are big. So anyways, it's fucking so strange to talk about this, but hey, whatever. So with that said, what is it that women, what do they really prefer? Well, here's what I'll tell you. Here's what I found is that what women prefer is they prefer they respond most visually to. I can speak for myself. They respond visually most to it when it's just it's visually impressive. It's above. It's like, say, above 7 inches in length, and it's above, say, 6 inches in girth. That is impressive to women. And then the flaccid, it's fucking weird talking about it, let's be real. But honestly, when it looks impressive, it is impressive to them. And then I will say this too, do they care more about length or girth? I will say that in my experience, it really depends girl to girl. Some girls, they tend to really hate the extra girth. Some girls, they can't take it. Most girls, they love it's so awkward. They love the girth. They really do. They feel stretched out by it. They fucking love it. And then in terms of the length, some girls love the extra length. It fills them up with the girth. And you're hitting spots that no other guy has hit due to the length and the girth. But then also, some girls, like, you'll hit their fucking cervix, and like you'll have to like kind of monitor how you're thrusting in them, if you get too long. But for the most part, it really depends girl to girl. And what I tell guys all the time is this is how I really honestly feel about the whole PE thing, is that it honestly, it's bodybuilding. It comes down to bodybuilding. So a girl, when you get naked, I've gotten comments that I'm very, very, like, my body's amazing when I'm lean. And mostly, like, the biggest thing to girls is, like, they care mostly that they can see your abs, and they care that your dick is big. Like, that's pretty much what they're looking for. The muscles are a nice plus for sure, but I've noticed the leanness in combination with the dick. So I would suggest to you guys this. Look, if you're starting at average, even if you're starting below average or you're starting above average, wherever you are, just aim to have something that is substantially above average length and girth wise. If you're substantially above average, if you're big in any of those categories, by the way, big to me and to the statistics, lengthwise is over 7 inches erect and over, I think, 5.5 inches in girth. So if you can achieve those, which are definitely possible with the Sizegenetics and bathmate, depending on where you're starting, and manual exercises, and also get lean, make sure that you're getting lean. The more lean you are, the less fat is covering the base of your dick. And basically, it's so weird talking about this shit. I'm sorry, it's fucking bizarre. But basically, what it is it's the less fat that's covering it, and so it's going to be more visible, and it's going to be more visually impressive. It turns them the fuck, honestly, it turns them the fuck on. And that's why I do it, is that they look at it, they get very visually turned on, they give me the feedback, they'll give you the feedback, they'll be like, oh my fucking God, like, is that real? Like, it's huge, it's like my wrist, like, what the fuck, how is this gonna fit in me, all this stuff. And I don't know, it turns me on massively. It turns, there's how I really even got into this stuff in the first place is there's a dude, Chris from Good Looking Loser, who wrote about this. And, he thinks the same thing. It's like hearing that type of feedback, you compare it, I always compare, like, how I was when I was average, which most of the time I didn't get any comments about the size of my dick. I didn't. And, you know, I knew that, like, I wasn't big or anything. You know, I'd see porn and I'm like, wow, what the fuck? Like, I'm fucked. But I wouldn't really get any comments. Then once I started doing it, I started getting the comments. I started getting the feedback. You know, girls, it would take literally sometimes like 30 minutes of slowly working it in for them to be able to take it. And, you know, it was just a cool feeling, man. It feels very empowering, and girls, for the most part, they're really into it. So length versus girth, I don't know. I would say it's more about just having it look good on your body, whatever that case may be. If you're 6'3", you probably want to do more length. You know, you probably want to have more length. You probably need to be, I don't know, 8+ inches for it to really look dramatically big. But then again, you know, when they have it in their hand, regardless, or hand, mouth, pussy, whatever, wherever you're putting it, bottom line is that, you know, she's gonna still, you know, get an up close and personal look at how big your dick is, and she'd be like, damn. So anyways, that's my 2 cents on it. The bottom line is, more than what they fucking think, the most important thing is what you think about it. And if you feel like, you know, you want your dick to be longer, or you feel like you want your dick to be thicker, whatever the fucking case may be, I consider it the same as bodybuilding. I consider it to be like, look, you know, you look at your body, you know, you take your shirt off, you're like, okay, like, here's what my physique is missing. My physique, you know, like, I want to have bigger arms. I want to have bigger biceps. I want to have more, you know, inner head of the tries. Like, and you can focus on that, and you can grow those parts of your body. You can grow your your side delt, you can grow your front delt, etc., to make your physique look the way that you want it. The same thing is true with your dick. When you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you're like, okay, like, am I happy with what I see? Yes or no? And if you're not, then you can focus on the length. You can focus on the fucking girth. Either or. Girls, they're going to be impressed either fucking way. If you put time and effort into this, and you're starting, like, say you're starting at least average. I started, like, basically average, dude. You start at least average. You're going to be big. If you put the time and effort in, you will be big. You know, provided that you don't injure yourself, that's what's going to happen. So anyway, guys, that's my answer to that question. Pretty much overall, it's not really so much about what she thinks, it's more about what you think. But generally speaking, as long as you're starting at average, and even if you're below average, you can still work your way up to being an impressive size. So that's about it. Super awkward video. I'm sure they'll get less awkward the more that I talk about this and get comfortable talking about my dick on camera. And that's about it. Peace.